There's not a bad seat in the house here at Daytona, and these are not your granddaddy's grandstands. From our location in front of the start-finish line, we want to welcome you. I'm Danielle Trotta, excited to bring you the drama and excitement of Xfinity racing. I'm joined by my two buddies, 9-time series winner Kenny Wallace and 2-time Daytona 500 championship-winning crew chief Larry McReynolds. Guys, we're back for 2016. So excited. And is it just me, or does the series feel younger and faster than ever before?
I watched the Xfinity practice session yesterday, and they about wrecked every straightaway, every corner. Actually, Larry, Bubba Wallace did wreck. He's in a backup car. I expect this race to be totally action-packed.
Yeah, in the Daytona 500 that we'll run here tomorrow, it's the race we've been talking about for months. But for these 40 drivers, this is their Daytona 500 of the Xfinity Series. And as a driver or crew chief, you want to win every race you can, but you want to be able to look back and say, I won a race at Daytona.
These two guys know that feeling well. One of the most special tracks in all of NASCAR, no doubt. And as I mentioned a moment ago, NASCAR has made some historic changes to the Xfinity Series. Here's how the series champion will be determined. This season, your champion, but under last year's rules, he ended up 5th. Timing is everything, guys. What about the timing of the Xfinity Chase? It's groundbreaking, Larry. Do you think it's a good idea for this series?
The timing is perfect, and this series was ready for it. And I think it's going to truly be a game changer like it was in Sprint Cup. They're going to be more aggressive. They're going to take chances. But what I love, when we get to that final race at Homestead Miami Speedway, no scenarios. If you look at the last 5 years, only one time Austin Dillon in 2013 had to go there and actually try to win the race to win the championship. And I do believe, like in Sprint Cup, you will have to win that race if you want to win this championship.
I see this new championship format in a complete different light than a lot of people. Everybody's like, you must win, you must win. No, you don't have to win. What you have to do is do what Daniel Suarez did last year. This favors the rookies. And here's why. You go back in last year and look at a little bit of history. Rookies always start out, historically, they start out slow. They usually wreck out right here at Daytona. And then they get stronger in July. Make it to that race. And you can do it, Daniel Suarez did. You can win the championship. This new format, it favors them.
Yeah, you can be consistent, and you can also win a big race and get in.
This format, you better throw the history books out the window. This is a new deal.
It is certainly a game changer. Kevin Harvick likes racing at Daytona. Really, we welcome Kevin Harvick to our show. Tomorrow, he'll be racing side-by-side with Michael Waltrip. But today, he's side-by-side with Michael and Adam Alexander. Hey, guys.
How are you, Daniel?
If Kenny didn't have a mic in his hand right now, he'd Macarena all over this set. Let's brag on Erik Jones a little bit and be honest. He is the star of the series. A lot of people calling him already the heavy favorite to win the title.
We have to ask ourselves, how do we find these special drivers? Let's remember, Jeff Gordon found Jimmy Johnson in the last lap at the Michigan Speedway. We all know that story. Kyle Busch found Erik Jones in Pensacola, Florida at the Snowball Derby. Kyle Busch got outrun by Erik Jones. Kyle Busch, Larry, Kyle Busch runs back to Toyota and says, oh my gosh, you can't believe this driver, Erik Jones. The rest is history. Toyota, everybody signs this kid up. He already has so much experience. You know, he just gets the job done. He's not a rookie anymore.
I think we'll be talking about him a lot, but I think we'll be talking about his teammate, Daniel Suarez, because he won the Rookie of the Year last year in the Xfinity Series. In his season last year, the first half, it was like a tale of two tapes from the second half. Very up and down start, including finishing 39th here. But once he made the turn and started hitting some of these tracks for a second time, clicking those top 10s, including 6 consecutive to end the season, he will win a race or probably races this year.
Larry Mack fired up. He thinks Suarez will break through.
He's the man.
It's a new year.
You have big goals for Suarez. These guys have to contend with big cup marquee names today in the field. Speaking of which, let's join Chris Neville. He's with Chase Elliott. All right, Larry, a little extra seat time for Chase Elliott before he takes over for Jeff Gordon officially in that 24 car tomorrow. How do you think he can do today?
Well, I think he's going to do just fine because he has a fast race car. And we actually have 8 drivers running the Xfinity Series race and the Daytona 500, including last year's 500 winner, Joey Logano. But I will say this, the Xfinity Series regulars, they've made those Sprint Cup Series regulars live hard in this February race. In fact, Xfinity Series regulars, they've won 3 of the last 4, including Ryan Ryan Reed last February.
Xfinity drivers move up to the Cup Series, and they all want to come back to the Xfinity Series. They're up there in Cup, and it's not enough. They want to come back here. I once asked Roger Penske, 16-time Indy 500 owner and winner. I said, Roger, why do you like your big-time team running in the Xfinity Series? He says, simply because it makes Penske racing better.
And this series is working because the last driver to win a championship in this series that's not racing full-time in Sprint Cup right now, Brian Vickers, all the way back in 2003.
How old was Joey Logano back in 2003?
Probably wasn't born.
And early, a young teenager for sure. Matt Yoakum standing by now with Joey.
Roger Penske.
Guys, let's applaud NASCAR and Daytona for the safety improvements they made in the wake of Kyle's crash. Larry, I know you get on your pulpit when it comes to safety. In your mind, has enough still been done?
Well, we've made great strides, but I still think we have to keep looking at the grass around these racetracks from a safety standpoint, but from tearing race cars and race trucks up. It never was an issue when we run the front end of these race cars that high off the ground. But now that we have that splitter in all three series, it digs in like a snowplow and destroys these vehicles. Last night, in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, Chris Fontaine had no damage to his truck. And he went to the apron here just trying to avoid being in that wreck, got down in the grass. It destroyed that man's race car. In fact, he had to go to the garage area. We can get rid of the grass. We can pave it. We can color it, still put the logos, but the grass has to go.
Kenny, that was a great explanation by you. And if we don't have safety, really nothing else matters. But we can't forget about the spectacle surrounding Daytona this weekend. Big racing means big stars come out to see us. Jamie Little standing by now with NASCAR's newest race fan. The offseason is over. It is time to get back to work. That work to win a championship starts today, gentlemen. I won't ask you to pick a winner for today's race. It's nearly impossible. But who will take home the title, Kenny, when it's all said and done?
Eric Jones.
Oh, my goodness. He is too cute for words. Let's bring in Keelan's dad, who is with Michael Waltrip and Adam Alexander in the booth broadcast. Kevin, you have to make Keelan proud. Are you ready to start the new season with us?
Yeah, that's a different kind of pressure.
That's your radio remix with 15 laps to go. We're under caution at Daytona International Speedway. Glad you're joining us for an exciting finish. Danielle Trotta alongside Larry McReynolds. Joey Logano out in front right now. Larry, the question is, can he hang on to the finish?
Well, we had a split decision there. We had 6 drivers that stayed out. We had 8 that came to pit road. But here's the thing. Do we really believe that's the last caution right there? Guys, I don't think there's any way that that's the last caution now that they're packed.
Matt, I would certainly say so. A nice run by Austin and his brother Ty Dillon, but none better, Larry, than Junior Motorsports. They were the class of the field today. Chase Elliott wins, and 3 of their cars, all 3 cars, finishing in the top.